So today is a little bit of a different video than usual. I'm not actually going to be playing Danny's World, but I am going to make some tier lists. So this first one's going to be for the trinkets. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're going B tier. I don't see myself using them on though, but it does seem like something that could be useful, at least to some degree. But you probably shouldn't use it on Shelly or Finn because their abilities literally do that. Blue Bandana. That immediately has a 3 in easiness since you get it from a normal common twisted. In usefulness, let's say that you use it to its most usefulness. Like if you're extracting V or Glisten or Yada. What's 7.5% of 1.5? So that would be 1.61 extraction speed. And that's at its highest. But that doesn't really do very much. So really you're just slightly reducing your skill check chance. So I'm gonna say it has a 3 in easiness, but usefulness, I'm gonna say 1. I don't recommend using it unless it's one of your only trinkets. But if it is one of your only trinkets, it's probably one of your better ones. And is it worth it? Well, it's about as worth it as it's useful, so 2. So that would be 6, which lands it in C tier. Plushy Bat. Plushy Bat is the easiest trinket to get because you don't even have to spend a single drop of ichor or on a single run. Just join the Roblox group. So obviously that makes it a C. A 3 in easiness. In usefulness though, I'm gonna say 1. It is not great. Basically just turns every Twisted's cooldown into bobbeds. And I guess that could help if you're new. Like, it's better than nothing, but But is it worth doing whatever you have to do to get it? Yes, I guess. So, 3, 1, 2, so that means 6, which puts in C tier again. Bone. Bone would be a 2 in easiness because you get it from a main. As for how useful it is, to be honest, it's probably one of the less useful of the main trinkets, but it does depend on what tool you're using. Like if you're using Sprout and you're going around and taking a whole bunch of items to get tapes, I guess it's as big and faster. If you're Yada or GG, I don't know about GG, but no, yeah, GG does work. It does work on it. And if you're Basty, it's definitely pretty good if you're trying to distract her. So I'm gonna say it's 2. But is it worth doing what you have to do to get it? I don't really. I don't know. I'm gonna say that's a 2 as well. So that means 2 has a border goes in C tier. Brick. Obviously this would go in F tier. But it is super easy to get, so it has to be 3 in easiness. So it's at 5. So it goes into D. Cardboard armor. This is a daily shop trinket. Oh, wait. It is the most expensive daily shop trinket, so that means it's at 2 in easiness. It's basically the trinket equivalent to blot. But it doesn't seem quite as useful. In usefulness, I'm going to say it's 2. But is it worth spending all that to get it? I think this is, I think that might be a 2 as well, so it goes in C. Clown horn. It has a 3 in easiness. Usefulness, I'm going to say 2. Because it's not the best distractor trinket, but if you're dual distracting, especially as like Louis or even just regular distracting as like R&D, it is pretty good. But just normal distracting, I don't really recommend using it. But as for how easy it is to get, I think that, no wait, but as for how worth it is, yeah, I'd say it's pretty worth it. So that means 2 3s and a 2. So that's 8. Yeah, I think it deserves that. Cole, wow. 1 star in easiness because it's a holiday rare. 1 star in usefulness. Yeah, this one's just F tier. Coin purse. Coin purse is the easiest trinket to get, like, at all. So that means that it's a 3 in easiness, but in usefulness it's 1, and it's not worth it to get. So it goes into D tier along with brick. Don't get that trinket. Don't. You won't even be able to buy a single item that's worth it. Fancy purse is better than that. And that's saying something. Crayon box. I've used that like once, but it was because of a randomizer run. It's a 2 in easiness because it's from a rare. As far as usefulness goes, I'm gonna say 2. But is it worth it? I think it goes in C tier, like 2 across the board. Dandy plush. Dandy plush has a 1 in easiness. As far as useful it goes, you can use it on anyone that can still be pretty good, but especially the ones that use tapes, as in Sprout, Taken, and Blot. So I'm gonna say that's a 3. Is it worth getting? I think that's also a 3. Because it would definitely be very worth it. It's just how hard it is to get kind of sets it down. Diary. Diary has a 2 in easiness because you get from rare. And how useful it is, I'm gonna say 1 because no matter who you use it on, it's still gonna be garbage. If you use it on Brightney, it does nothing. If you use it on Shrimpo, it makes the stuff go down. And on literally anyone else, just don't use it. Just don't. So that's a 1 in usefulness. And is it worth getting? I think I'm also going to say that's a 1. It goes in the D. Dog plush. Dog plush has a 3 in easiness. I'm going to say it's a 3 in usefulness. Yep, this one goes into S tier. It is a thinking distractor trinket. If you do not use it for distracting, something's kind of wrong. Because it's the best trigger for distracting, and it's an easy one to get. Egg radar. It has a 2 in easiness because it comes from a holiday common. And usefulness, gonna say it's a 1. And same with worthlessness. So it goes into D. And especially right now, it's just useless. Don't use it. If you must use it or holiday lights or treasure map, use treasure map, but also just don't. Fancy purse. It has a 3 in easiness because we get it from an uncommon. Usefulness. Again, it depends on who you're using. If you're using one like Sprout or Tegan or Blot, then I guess it can kind of help just get you free ability usage at the start of a run. But after that, it's just completely useless. I feel like it has more use on Sprout because Tegan, you're only healing yourself. And if you're really pro, you probably won't have to. But for Sprout, you have to heal everyone else. And oftentimes, and like every single time when I play Sprout, so many people take the tapes, and so many people get hit on floor 1. When I've never used Fancy Purse, I've always used Dandy Brush. So, usefulness, I'm gonna say 2. And then as for how worth it is to get, I think it's worth it enough, so I'm gonna say 2 as well. Which means that it's at 7. I'm gonna say it's at the bottom of 7 because I still don't like it. Feather Duster. So that's a 3 easiness you get from a common. And it's definitely one of the first trinkets that you're gonna have. Usefulness, really it's only useful if you're using someone like Bassie, or if you're running around and getting stuff for tapes as Sprout. But even then, I'd rather use Bone. So I'm gonna say 1. And is it worth it to get? Not really. I'm gonna put it. No wait. I'm gonna bump it up to C. Holiday lights. It's the same as Egg Radar. Fishing rod. Where do I put this? It's a 3 in easiness because you get it from uncommon. Usefulness? No. I think that's a 1. But is it worth it? I think at that point, it's as worth it as it can be. So it goes right next to Feather Duster. Friendship Bracelet. It has a 2 in easiness because it gets from rare. In usefulness, I've never seen myself using it. And I'm never going to. You need a full lobby just to have it be useful. And everyone's gonna die. I'm pretty sure you might lose all that stamina. Yeah, I think that's how that works. Gain 5 more stamina for every life steal in the round? Yeah, that's just, no. That's not good. I don't like that. Yeah, it's risky to break its trinket if your team will die quickly. Yeah. So yeah, it's not great. I'm gonna say it's 1. And then as for how worth it is, I think that's also gonna be 1. So it's in D. Ghost Snakes. I think I have used this a couple times. It only reduces the cooldown by 5 seconds, which isn't that great if your cooldown is really long, but if it's really short, then you can spam it more. Like if your Toodles are Rudy. So it honestly depends on what tune you use. It's a 3 in easiness, 2 in usefulness, and probably also 2 in how worth it is. So yeah, it's there. Glazed fondant bag. That's a 1 in easiness because just like coal, it's from a holiday rare. But for usefulness, I'm gonna say 3 because I use it all the time on Miata and Coco because you know they can just spawn candy. Is it worth it to get? Yeah, I'd say it's pretty worth it. I'd say it's a 3. That means it goes up to B. Lucky coin! 2 in easiness, but unfortunately 1 in the other 2, so it also goes to D. Machine manual. I see this so much, and I don't know why. It is so bad. It is worse than Blue Bandana. And they're both at a 3 in easiness. But other than that, it goes to 5. It goes down to D. Magnifying glass. Yes, yes, yes. Uncommon, so it's easy to get. So it's a 3. Usefulness, and worth it to get, goes up to S. Two goes a badger with each other. Poor chicken. But I don't recommend using it if the tuning you have is 1-star skill check. Anything else, yeah, you can use it. As long as it's not someone like V, who, you know, has terrible speed. You need to use a speed trinket. Or else you're probably gonna die. Megaphone! Again, kind of depends on who you're using. But this one is a 2 in easiness because it's one of the most expensive. How useful it is? I'm gonna say that's a 2 because you're playing as someone like Pebble, or as another distractor who already has low stealth. You can't really use it very well. But if it's someone like Bassie or another tune with average or higher stealth, I guess you could use it. But at some point, your inventory is going to be full, so yeah, that's a 2. How worth it is to get? I think it goes into C. My makeup. Okay. How easy it is to get? That's a 2 because you get it from a rare. How useful it is? I'm gonna say it's a 3. I'm gonna put it in B. It's really useful if you have a hard time getting skill checks, especially if you're playing someone like Cosmo or Bassie or even Blot himself. Nightcap. Why are these 2? What? I used Nightcap a few times, but really only because it was the other main train that I had. It doesn't really do very much. And I don't think I've ever used Star Pillow because by the time Nightcap got removed, I already stopped using it. It's a 2 for easiness. For how good it is, I think that's also a 2. 2's across the board. That goes in C. It's Star Pillow. 2 for easiness. Yeah, it's probably the same. But it's definitely higher because it's more useful. Now let's go into B. Okay. Participation Award. I used this for a little bit of time, and then I stopped because now I only use magnifying glass. For easiness, it's also a 2 because it's Shelly's. For usefulness, I'm gonna say it's a 2. Yeah, 2's across the board. Party Popper. This one is pretty good for a common trinket. So 3, 2, 3. Yeah, it goes in. Oh, no, it goes in A here. Peppermint icing. That's a 2, because it comes from Holiday. That's uncommon. I don't really see myself using it, but I hear it's really good for if you're trying to distract as Broody, so I think it's also 2 across the board. Pink Bow, this one's really good. 3 for easiness, 3 for usefulness. Yeah, this one goes in S. But only use it on 3 stars or lower. Because 4 and 5 stars, they can outrun anything in normal mode. Pop Pack. 2 in easiness. Grants the pop item every new floor. No, that goes into D. That goes into D tier. Pull toy. That also is 2 in easiness. That goes in D tier as well. Raven Spool. I prefer Cloud Horn over it. Because with Cloud Horn, you could get the speed boost on floor 1. You can also get the speed boost on the first possible blackout floor. You can also get the speed boost on the first possible main floor. So, but for Raven Spool, it might be a little bit more useful in events, because floor 20 is when the Holiday Maid is guaranteed to spawn. And that's an even floor. So, it depends on whether or not you can actually get to floor 20. I'm gonna put it still 3 in easiness, 2 in usefulness, yeah, it goes into B. Savory Charm, this one, 2 in easiness, unfortunately it can't go to S tier because it's slightly harder to get. Usefulness, 3, worth it, 3, yeah, it goes into A. Scrapbook, 2 in easiness, is it worth it? I'm gonna say 2 as well. Oh, is it useful? Yeah, 2. But is it worth it? Yeah, I think it is. B. I see this trinket so much and I don't even know why. Why? Why do people use this so much? It's terrible. You're just wasting a trinket slot. If it's that hard to see the blackout, just turn down your graphics. 3 in easiness, but 1 star in multi-items. Goes to D. Speedometer. I've seen this a lot recently. Why? It's only 15 more stamina. It's horrible. It also goes there with like speedy shoes. This one's also pretty easy to get. I'm gonna put it in B tier because it's not as good as Dog Punch, but if you're gonna distract using a 4-star movement tune or Louie, then you should probably use it. Sweet Charm. 3 stars in easiness. I think it goes in C tier. Thermos. That's 3 stars in easiness. Actually, no, it's not. It's 2 because it's in the top 6. Increasing your stamina regeneration by 15%. No, I don't think that's really worth it. So it goes into D. Thinking Cap. I have not once used this trait yet. I'd rather miss so many skill checks and waste a trinket spot on this. 3 stars is the easiest, but everything else is 1. Toy kit. 1 star in easiness, because you get it from a holiday mode. But is it really that useful? I'm gonna say 2 for all the others. It goes into D tier. Unless you're using that one glitch, that is overpowered, but that doesn't count. It's a glitch. You can get banned for doing that. Vanity mirror. Oh, I wish I could put this in S tier, but it's from the rares, but it has to be 2 stars in easiness. But everything else, A. Definitely use this trinket if your speed is average or lower. Specifically lower. Because if you don't, you will suffer in panic mode. If you have 1 star speed, you will die in panic mode. Because you cannot outrun anyone unless they're extremely slow. V-mode. 2 stars in easiness, 3 stars in easiness. Yeah, that also goes in the A tier. Whispering flower. That goes even lower than Toy Kit. By the time you get into panic mode, all the items are going to be taken. Doesn't help. Wrench. 3 stars in easiness. It's basically dollar store V-mount. So, yeah, it goes into, 3, 2, 2, yeah, 7. Okay, so that's all of them. I think. Where's the, what happened to the water cooler? Why isn't it here? They didn't have either cooler. But cooler would be 2 stars in easiness. Lowering the speed doesn't really seem that great. So I'm gonna say 2 stars, 2 stars. 2 stars in all of it. That would be C tier. Treasure map. 3 stars in easiness, but 1 star in everything else, so we'll go to D tier. Alright, I think this one's gonna be good enough, because it has all the twisteds. Including the Christmas ones. And, I think I'm also gonna... Okay. I don't know, it was specifically for Bobette. Because I don't have a single video of her, and I do not recall her difficulty, but, I mean, she's faster than me when I'm playing as Roger, so, and I was a Roger main back then, so, I think that's your answer. Anyway, Boxton is up first. And I'm gonna put him in Screams of I'm gonna put him in Easy Peasy. Because the majority of the comments go there. Even though, yeah, sometimes they can be really annoying. Same with you, and you, and you, and you. Shrimpo. I'm gonna put Shrimpo in All Survive. Louie's also easy peasy. Tisha. I'll also survive. Both of these are here just because they're more annoying. Yada, I'll survive. I said I'll survive. Brightney. I'll survive. Connie, free pass. I barely ever accidentally open a Connie machine, and it's only because I'm not paying attention. Finn, I'll survive. R&D, easy peasy. Really, the only danger is if people are running. One time I died because the Toodles ran in the circle and I was doing the machine, and it was way too far into the R&D circle, and I didn't manage to get out in time. I hate that Toodles. Roger, also easy peasy. Sometimes I accidentally open it. Tegan, I'll survive. Toodles, I'll survive. Blot, easy peasy. Although, a lot of times he camps the machines and also just randomly spawns behind me. And plenty of times while I'm distracting, he shows up in the worst places. Flutter, I'll survive. Gigi, I'm cooked. I'm gonna lose all of my items, and she's also fast. Glisten, help. Help. Same with Scraps. But Goob, yeah, Goob. Dandy, I'll survive. No, because I'm cooked. Pebble. I think Pebble. I think that's everyone's reaction. Astro, easy. V, I'm cooked. Shelly, I'll survive. Sprout, easy. Bassie, I'll survive. She and Astro have the same speed, but she could be more annoying. Coco, I'm cooked. Flight, it's easy. Cole. Yeah, Cole depends. I'm either cooked or super easy. I'm leaning more towards cooked. And then Ginger. Yeah. Here's the tier list. Here's the tier list. Tier list. Oh, how about these things in this rack? Okay, Pebble, best. Astro. It would be better if he didn't have 5-star. Stealth. No. Bassie. It's okay. Bet. Probably also okay. She has the stamina. She has the stealth. And her ability can help, I guess, but I wouldn't know because I don't have her. Blot. That's a good choice because he is slightly faster. And he is more of a distractor because his extraction is terrible. Boxton? No. Yeah, I'm gonna put him there. Brightney. I'm gonna say she's okay. She does have good stamina, and her stealth is 1-star, so cool. Cool is okay. Coco is also okay. It's just worse. Connie, no. It would only be good for speed or cell swapped. Cosmo, also no. Exen, there. Finn, probably be at the top of this, because at least his ability does give some speed, but his stamina doesn't help at all. Flutter's good. Probably better than Cole. Flight is also good. Gigi, no. Ginger, definitely no. Glisten, no. Goob, yes. Louie is among the best. R&D, they're fine. Roger, no. Rudy's good. Rudy's okay. Scraps is a no. Shelly, no, not really. Shrimpo, obviously no. Spout's okay, but he definitely more of just a supporter. Tegan, no. Toodles, no. Tisha is okay, but she doesn't really have anything other than her speed. V, no. I said no. Yada, no. Sure, she has the speed, sure, she has the stealth, but her stamina is horrible. And Poppy, no. Okay. There's Raptor tier list. Here are the ones that you should use at the top, and the ones that you should never use at the bottom. The ones that are okay, but you probably shouldn't use are in the middle. Okay, what's this one? I have to actually. It's really hard to tell what floors they actually are. Are they? They're not even in the wiki order. What? Okay, which one is this? I'm pretty sure yeah, I can visualize this one in my head. Over here, you can easily get spotted by Twisted, and then you have to be, like, really good at, like swerving and avoiding them. And then you run over here and lose them on these boxes. Over here would be a good distracting spot if that's the broken elevator. If this was then just use this. Or over here, if you don't have a craft sibling, and there's people over here. So yeah, I'd say this one is pretty easy. It's good. Now this one, it's kind of hard to see that. Oh yeah, this one. This one has the thing over here, with a bunch of machines over here. If this is your elevator, you like go over here to distract. This is your elevator. You can go over here and use these tables. They're really good for craft siblings, cause just walk around the table a little bit more, and voila, you've avoided the ranged attack stuff. But if you're an extractor, I don't know why, but for some reason there's almost always stuff in this specific area, like tapes or capsules. Sometimes even items. Apparently a machine. Yeah, this is a pretty easy enough map, but you can get jump scared. Especially in here. So I'm gonna say it's alright. Okay, this one. That one's kinda hard to see. Is that one? Yeah, it's that one. Okay, this one apparently has an AFK spot. Guess that makes sense. Oh yeah, that is a fine spot. What do you mean twisted? If you're trying to distract, if this is your broken elevator, just use this. Elevator is probably going to be machines, so probably move a little bit. If this is your broken elevator, then you can use this or just the space. It's probably better to use this space because there's like walls blocking these machine areas. Which is good if it's like a 3-star zone. 3-star stealth. I think this map is fine. It's kind of hard to see if it's a blackout though. I remember this as being one of my blind runs. Let's be the first floor. This one's fine. It's alright. This one. I can barely see it. Oh, it is that one. It's rainbow walls. Oh yeah, this is the one that was reworked. The original reworked map, that was not great. It had the really annoying area over here that it was really hard to get out of. But now that's just blocked off. I specifically remember it being exactly in this area. This one's, it's fine. It's chill, it's good. This one. Okay, this one. Trying to visualize it. Oh yeah, it's this one. The one with this random room right here. That barely anyone goes to check. Has the same annoying rooms right here that you can get stuck in. If this is a broken elevator, you can just use this to distract. Or here. But it's probably better to do it here because more people will be over here in this area. And there can be a machine right there, I guess. Or you can just use this area after all the machines are done. If this is a broken elevator, just use this or this. I actually use this for what distracting Goob is coal. So yeah, this one's alright. This one. I think this is 4 corners. Yeah, it is. 4 corners. It's good. I know where like all the machines are, but for some reason they never spawn here. It was only like 1 or 2 times where they ever did. But like, why? It's probably the easiest map to distract in, alongside like Astro's room. Just use these. It's easy. And also barely any items are gonna spawn there too. So nobody should really go there. Yeah, I know where all the machines could be stuff, so it's good. This one. Projector room. I think that's what it is. Projector room, it's easy enough. I have most of the machine locations memorized. Also, it's pretty easy to distract. Just do there or here. But they're probably gonna be machines there, so you could also just use this random box. It'd probably be a little bit hard going all the way over here because there's gotta be people. But this is good. This one. That's a greenhouse map. Oh, yeah, it was here. This specific spot. I hated this one. Whenever there were machines there, they were always the hardest to do. Because you get seen, there's barely any room to get out. But it was okay for distracting. You could just distract from the elevators. if you had crash siblings, you just had to get lucky with which elevator it was. Because one of them had an island, the other did not. Greenhouse. Oh, right. This one, I do have plenty of the machine locations memorized. Like, this one, I remember that there's usually at least one machine here. And if there's not, which is probably the case because it's not like there's gonna be a lot of machines. Maybe it could just exist there. I don't know. Yeah, this one's fine. It's alright. This one. I don't really like this one very much. Especially for distracting, because there's always machines where you're trying to distract. You have to get out of the way. It's a little bit weird. It's a little bit odd. Yeah. Okay, this diner map. Where's the third one? Did they not put the third one in? Why not? This is in the bot update. Okay. This one's easy enough, especially for distracting. You can go there, or here, or here, or here. But yeah, this one's fine. Really, the only annoying machines that ever spawn are the ones here, because you could just get jump scared. You're not really have anywhere to go. It's alright. This one, here two. This is 3 AFK spots. Oh, I mean, yeah, this one makes sense. Occasionally, there's gonna be a machine in here, but that's always the annoying one. Which is weird because usually twists don't go in there. Here, why is there an AFK spot right next to the machine? What if there is a machine there? And then you're out of AFK spots. Guess we'll never know. This one's fine. Oh, there it is. There's the third one. This one's okay. It's alright. Warehouse. I hate the warehouse maps. Feel like the majority of them are blackouts. Okay. This one. I used this giant area over here for distracting the sprout recently. I feel like it's mostly just other warehouse maps. And all the little rooms and areas where you can do like quick AFK. I think the majority of the warehouse maps are eh. And then this one, the one with the big area in the middle. This one's pretty spacious and stuff. There's a lot of spots where you can distract too. So I think this one's probably the best of them. And then the third one, this one has AFK spots. Cool. Oh yeah, here. This, yeah, they're both really cool. They're both like the added stats, which feels weird. Yeah, this one's alright. This one's fine too. Gift shop. It doesn't even have the map yet. Oh yeah, because this one's just straight from the wiki. It's just this specific picture. Well, before, if I reworked, it would probably be an eh. But now, it's alright. Astro's room. I feel like it's always a blackout, no matter what. So I'm gonna put it in F, but it's really spacious. It's cool. Shelly's room, same. Like they're good when they're not blackouts, but if they are, then I hate them. But I think Shelly's room is better because somehow I feel like I've seen it more, and I memorized it more. Christmas floor. It's good. I love the music that it plays in the background. But other than that, I don't really remember much of it. But somehow I do remember like a bunch of random parts of it. Like I like both of the elevators. There's a room that can have several machines in it, and there's also like a couple rooms with like dead ends, but they have some tables in it that you can use for if Ginger is chasing you. The Easter floor, I love it. It's cool. It's chill. And the V room, it's alright. Really cool design and stuff, but I always get my hopes up when I see it, and then it's a blackout. I don't like that. So yeah, there's the tier list for all the floors. Okay. Yeah, Danny goes there. I said Danny goes there. Babette also goes here. I mean, her stats are okay, I guess. But, Astro. Astro's abilities are great. So there's a 3 there. Stats are, let's say that's a 2. Oh, we're gonna. So 3, 2. How many times did I see myself using them? Not very much actually. So let's say that's a 7. So that's a B. Okay. Bassie. Her stats are 2. That's it. Her abilities are fine. So that's also a 2. I don't use her very much, but that's a 6. I feel kind of bad. Because a lot of these are pretty good. Blatt's stats, they're pretty good. His ability is awesome. And I have used him quite a few times, like enough to get his vintage. So I'm gonna say 8. So that's an A tier. Boxton. Boxton has 3s overall, so I'm just gonna say That's an immediate 3, I guess. His ability, I'm gonna say that's a 2. And I never use him, so he goes to the C. Brightney. Brightney's pretty good. I'm gonna say her stats are 3. Her ability's a 2. That's pretty good. And I don't use her very much after I got her vintage, but when I do, I think she's pretty good. So she goes to A. Cool. I use Cole quite a bit actually. So I'm going to say 2, 2, 3. 7. B. Coco. 2, 2, 3. Same as Cole. Connie. I hate 1-star speed tunes. The ability does make up for it, so I'm going to say 1, 3, 1. D. Cosmo. Stats? I'm going to say 1. Not great. They're fine for a healer, but they're still not great. Ability is 3, obviously. And how often I use him? Also 1. I never use him. I always use Ginger. Finn. Finn's stats are fine. I'm gonna say that's 2. His ability's also 2. But I also never use him. So D. Flutter. Stats pretty good. So I'm gonna give that a 2. No, 3. Her ability is great. Another 3. How often I use her? I've used her a few times. I'm gonna say A. Flights! Somehow I still don't have his vintage. Even if I did have that flying requirement. His stats are 3. Abilities 2. And I do use him quite a bit, so. Right next to his sister, Gigi. She doesn't have much on the stat department. But I do think she's pretty good, so I'm gonna say 3, 2, 2, 7. Ginger. Ginger is awesome. Her stats are better than Cosmo's because she has better extraction, and the speed doesn't really do very much to her. So 3, 3, 3. Yeah, she S tier. Definitely better than Cosmo. Glisten. His stats are okay. 2. His ability is useless in solos, but it's fine. It's a 2. I do use him sometimes. B. Goo! The best guy in the world. 3. And ability's fine. It's a 2. I don't use him very much, but I never use him for distracting. I'm gonna say B again. Lewis. 3 stats. I'm gonna say 8. I don't use him a lot. That's his only downfall. I just don't use him very much. Pebble. S. I use him all the time for distracting. Almost exclusively him. Poppy. Same as Boxton. R&D. Stats are okay. I've used them a few times recently, and they were fine. So 2, 2, 2. So just see. Roger. Stats are a 2. Ability is a 3. I used to be a runner man, so that was so much A. Rudy. Rudy, 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 Rudy. Stats are just a 3 across the board because they're 3. Ability is another 3. I think it goes to A. Scraps. Stats are 2. Abilities a 3. But I never use her. So she goes to C tier. Exon. Exon's actually pretty good. Ability's only at 2. So 2, 2, 3. 7. Shelly. Shelly. We love Shelly. Skip. Just it. 3, 2, 3. I use her plenty. I call myself a Shelly main, but really I don't really have a main. I just use whoever, to be honest. Shrimpo. Do I really have to say anything? Sprout. Sprout, his stats are, let's say a 2. His ability is 3. And I do occasionally use him. You say A. Tegan. I never use her. Which feels weird because her ability is super good and her stats are okay. So that's a 6. Tisha. I used to be Tisha main. So I think that would be 2 for that. Stats are a 2. Yeah, just 2s across the board. Toodles.
Does he mean ribbon spool? I think he means ribbon spool. Why though? Sprout, why didn't you equip the
Toodles.
Okay. Oh, he's talking about
Stats are a 1.
What?
They're just wasting extraction speed. No, wait.
Sprout is American. How did you know that?
Extraction speed is better than stealth. So she's just really bad.
How do you know they're not?
So, and her ability does like nothing. 1, 1. And I also only ever use her to get Pebble. So she's also a 1 once across the board. But hey, she's better than Shrimpo, because at least she can survive. V. V's stats are fine, I'd say they're a 2. Her abilities are awesome, and I also use her plenty. So she goes to A. And Yada, stats are great, abilities great, and I use her a lot. S. So in my opinion, the best tunes, the best tune for distracting would be Pebble, the best tune for healing would be Ginger, the best tune for extracting would be Yada. Yay! Now we've done all the tier lists I can think about. We've done the trinkets, the twisteds, the tunes, and the maps. Oh wait, there is one last one to do. For all of you newer players out there that still seek advice, if you go from picking up all the random items in the game, well, I'm going to rank them for you. You can take my advice with a grain of salt if you want to, but please, please get some of the better items. Here we are. Gumballs. This is the same ranking system. Okay, so firstly we have gumballs. Now, for the thing I'm going to be going off of, firstly is obviously how useful the item is. Secondly, how common the item is. No, wait, no, that doesn't count. How useful it is for, like, actual effects, how useful it is for, like, masteries, and yeah, let's just say how common it is too. So, like, all of these would be 3 and how common they are. These would be 2. No, yeah, these would be 2. And these would be 1 and how common they are. Gumballs. We got 3 and how common they are. 3 and how good they are for masteries. It's the item part. And 1 for how, like, actually good they are. Because they barely do anything. Let's just face it. No, I'm gonna say 0 for how actually good they are. They're literally only good for masteries and stuff. And they're all over the place. Chocolate. 3 for how common it is. And 2 for how good it is for masteries and also for just how effective it is. Pop. Pop is kind of underrated. It's 3 for how common it is. Yeah, it's probably the same as chocolate though. Stopwatch. Anything that you can only get from Danny's store is immediately 1 in how common it is because one and all it's just F tier. It's just the worst one. It's just the worst one there is. Stamina candy. 3 and how common it is. I'm gonna say it goes in B tier. Stealth candy. Same, but it goes down a peg because really all it does is just, oh no, someone that's the same stealth as me is running around me with the twisteds. That just uses stealth candy, and that's really all we do. Extraction speed candy. This is stamina candy. Instructions. 1 for how common it is, because it's. Stop doing that. Because it's Danny's Shop exclusive. But for Masters, I guess it's 2. But its effect is really good. It doubles your extraction speed. But that's only a 6. No, you know what? Really, I guess all we can do is just, except for the valve, just make the rarity go down 1. So that means that this would go up here, but it shouldn't. I don't know. I'm gonna keep it there and just make that A tier. Skill check candy. 3 for common. I guess it's a 2 for item mastery because the effect was also a 2, so it goes in the B tier. Speed candy. Yes. 3 for common. And then item mastery is a 2, and effect is 3. So that means that it's pretty good. Protein bar, yeah. I feel like this was the stamina candy. They didn't need to add a stamina candy. There was already the protein bar. It was already there. They didn't need to add anything else. I didn't even think they were going to. 3 for how common it is, because I feel like I see it a lot. How good is for item masteries? That's 2, and effect is 3. This is the same as beacon. Okay. Jumper cable. The first one, that's 2 for not being as common as the others. No, don't put it in F. It doesn't deserve that. For item mastery, 2. But effect is 3. 3. So it goes in B. It's pretty good. Air horn. It really depends on the situation. Cause like if you use it right from the if you use it and you're not the distractor, then what are you doing? Unless you're trying to save someone and they have lower stealth. But if you are the distractor, then it's really good. So 2 for being not very common. How useful it is. 3. So yeah, it goes in B. Bandages. 2 for being not very common. Item Masters is 2, but effect gets 4. 4, because why not? Definitely get these. You know what? For the ones that definitely deserve S tier, I'm just putting them in S tier. Like you, and you, and you, you. There you go. Jawbreakers. They are better than Enigma candies, but 2 for being not very common. Although I feel like I see them everywhere. 2 for item masteries, 2 for effects. So they just go in C tier. Bonbons. This one, I'm gonna put them in 1 for rarity, because your only ways to getting them are having Coco in the team or getting really lucky from the line grab. So 1 for rarity. But they're really good for item masteries, because if you do have Coco, you can just get all of the Coco's bonbons. So 7 to B tier. Smoke, yeah, and the effect is really good too. Smoke bomb. 1 for being pretty rare. 1 for being something that you wouldn't really want to waste just for item mastery. The effect is 3. Oh, that goes in D tier. I'm gonna bump it up to C tier, I guess. Eject button? No. That's just D tier. You shouldn't even use it for distracting, because it raises your stealth by a lot, and that's not good. And then Valve. Valve is basically just Vmo if it was an item. 1, 1, 3. I'm still gonna bump it up to C. I still think that you should definitely buy these two if you see them in the Dandy shop, because they're still worth it. They're just Not as worth it as some of the others are, looking at these ones. And also jumper cables. So... Alright, I think that's all of them. Really, it's mostly just my point system that makes some of these so bad. But these two are just not that great. I guess the eject button can kind of save you, but the stopwatch is just atrocious. You can't even waste it. Like if you get one out of a blind gap and you're the distractor, you have to go all the way. You have to just go on a machine to waste it. You can't just use it up. Anyway, hope this gave you some moderately okay advice, and good luck.